Take a look at this stock market chart for Bajaj Finserv, a chart that I would say is a dream or a golden chart for any business. From 632 rupees, the stock is currently trading in the range of 16 to 17,000 rupees, which is a growth of 2,500% returns only in a span of 10 years. In annual terms, on a CAGR basis, this translates to a 17 or an 18% returns every year. Even if you adjust for inflation, which would be around 4 to 5%, the stock has given a returns of 12 to 13% to its investors for every year for the past 10 years. So, if you are an investor who has been there all along, congratulations on this profit. But if you are someone who is still figuring out and wants to invest in this stock, this video is for you. I'll be telling in detail the business model of Bajaj Finserv. What do they exactly do? What are the major reasons for such a drastic increase in their share price? What are their financials looking like? What are their expansion plans? And most importantly, should you invest in this stock at this price? All of that and much more, let's find out in this video. Let us first talk about what kind of business does Bajaj Finserv do. Now, this is an NBFC, non-banking financial corporation that provides lending services, wealth management services, asset management services, and insurance services as well. Under the umbrella of financial services, Bajaj Finserv covers every possible service there is. This company has close to 20,000 employees spread across 1,400 locations in the country. That's the kind of scale at which Bajaj Finserv is currently operating in India. Now, if you talk about their major competitors, among lending, it has HDFC Limited as its main competitors. In insurance services, it has HDFC Life, ICICI Prudential, and other insurance services as well. Now, the reason why Bajaj Finserv is able to deliver such kind of growth for the past 10 years is because it provides all kind of financial services clubbed into one single company. Confused? Okay, think about HDFC. HDFC has a separate arm to provide lending services, which is HDFC Limited. It has a separate arm for providing insurance services, which is HDFC Life. It has a separate division for providing wealth and asset management services, which is HDFC Asset Management Company. But Bajaj Finserv is a little different from HDFC in that regard. All the financial services are clubbed by this company into one single entity. And that is why they have not just been able to grow all of these services in together, the kind of movement is also reflected in their stock price for everyone to see. Now, because all these services have grown substantially in the past 8 to 10 years, this is also reflected in their revenue and profit growth as well. If you take a look at this chart that shows the revenue growth for the past 5 years, you will see that their revenue has consistently gone up on a year-on-year basis. And mind you, this also includes a time when we faced the first wave, the second wave, and the third wave of the coronavirus. Such is the resilience and such is the strength of this company that even in the middle of such a big crisis, Bajaj Finserv has been able to grow their revenues substantially. Similarly, in the face of COVID, they were also able to grow their profit on a year-on-year basis, which means that their costs were kept under control throughout the past 5 years, even when we were in the middle of all the 3 waves of the coronavirus. That's the kind of strength that Bajaj Finserv has been able to build over the past 5 to 7 years, and they are riding on that momentum to deliver such a strong growth in their overall business, which is also reflected in their stock price. Now, this is a basic summary of what has happened till now. What are the future plans for Bajaj Finserv? What are their expansion plans in the future? Let's find out. Bajaj Finserv was able to deliver this kind of performance because they have close to 50 million customers who are KYC cleared, who are credit tested, and who are approved for loans across multiple products that Bajaj Finserv sells. Now the next phase of growth, the next phase of expansion for Bajaj Finserv is going to come through digital means. Almost half of their customer base is now procuring products digitally. Now, these are the kind of numbers that no other player in this industry has, and Bajaj Finserv management wants to ride in this wave of digitization. As a result of this, they are planning to come up with their own payment gateway with the name of Bajaj Pay, through which they are going to cross-sell products to its existing customers. This, whenever it happens in the future, is going to be a very, very exciting prospect for Bajaj Finserv and its customers as well. They also plan to launch a new digital mode to sell loans to the two-wheeler and the three-wheeler space. This is again going to help them ride through the digital mode by selling more and more loans, which is again going to contribute to their top line. And the final push will come from their mutual fund business. Bajaj Finserv has already applied for their mutual fund business, and if approved, it might go live by as early as the end of this year, which will again prove to be a very, very good opportunity for them, both in terms of the growth of their top line and their bottom line. Now, given that they are very well prepared to ride this digital wave and to grow their business through digital means, I am extremely convinced about their future prospects as well. But is it a good time to buy at this current price? Let's find out on what could be the future projection for this stock. Alright, so I am utterly convinced that this is an extremely good stock with a very, very sound business. So, irrespective of the price that it is at, I believe that it's a very good stock to buy. The only condition here is that you should have the capacity or the patience in you to wait it out for the long term and allow the stock, allow the business, allow the management to multiply the wealth for this business and for this stock as well. However, any dip in this particular stock is a very welcome opportunity for all the investors to buy, because if the stock does correct in the future, that would indicate that you could get the stock at very, very reasonable valuations as well. Now, these are the kinds of stock that the market is always going to overvalue. The PE for this particular stock will always be high as compared to the industry in which it is at, but such is the kind of business that Bajaj Finserv is currently operating. Such is the kind of dominance that Bajaj Finserv has currently established in this particular space. Alright, that was my analysis on Bajaj Finserv stock. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do subscribe to Finance Lens, and I'll see you the next time.